Hey everybody, we're back for another video. We're doing a ton of videos today. It's kind of a mess all over the place, but today we're going to start with this new Versus City. We've had this sitting here for I think a couple months. We had something in wiring is probably messed up in one of the sides. It's written on the side here. So it says one piece stick and button is sus. Is that was?
Issues.
Issues. Okay, sus. Whatever.
Monitor brightness adjustment on the first player side.
Yeah, so there's a couple little things that we have to do
everything's okay
to get it looking just right. So we've got our third strike board here. We've been using it as a test board for a while. And we do intend to run third strike in this anyway. So we've got a spare panel here to replace on this side. I believe this side, yeah, already has a Versus City panel. We're gonna hook it up. We're gonna see what, take a look at this problem again and see where we got from it. So I'm not gonna unwrap this all the way. This is gonna go to a show in about a week, so I am going to get just this plastic off the front of the monitor and enough to get into the control panel on both sides so we can adjust the monitor, take a look at that stuff, and go from there. So looks like you've already got it plugged in. You got the board plugged in, cool. Let's fire it up and see what we've got. It's on here. Power switch on here, yep. Okay, these are pretty cool. I know I'm pretty sure I could get a couple more from my distributor over time, but right now we're definitely keeping this one for ourselves. I haven't had a Versus yet, and I'm really excited to have this cab. So yeah, I can see that this side's a little bit dimmer. I'm gonna shock myself. Open up the panel. So the new Versus City is based on the Blast City. So these monitors are blast monitors, which is, depending on how you look at it, is either a good or a bad thing. Oh, it does have two. I need the other key then. So there's two locks on these, which is interesting. The Blast does not have that. Oh yeah, so yeah, you can see the monitor on this side looks just fine. Oh. Just pull the rest of the way off. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. So we'll probably do our input test in test menu rather than here, but I think, did this have a kick harness? Did you see one? We may have to wire that up.
Did not.
Yeah, it looks like it does not. So, depending, maybe we'll run something else in this for the pod, but
Makes sense since it didn't have a 6-button control panel.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so on the inside here, I'll need to tighten these up. And actually, what I might do is, how some control panels have like that metal wire or whatever that keeps it from falling too far. I think I might want to put one in here because this sag's pretty far and it's a little heavier than others, so. But, okay, so let's see, there actually is no monitor remote in this one. I think that's probably what would have gone here. Does it mount somewhere else, or is it in the bottom? Let's see. I don't see one at all. I've also heard these are a pain in the ass to get the monitors in and out of, so there's that, but interesting. I don't see one on this side. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other side and see if that's where it's supposed to be. I would assume each one has. Oh god, yeah, you can see actually just from the sagging on the bolts there how much it fell back. So I'll go ahead and tighten those up before we bring it anywhere. Let's take a look at the other side. And then I'll grab a light at some point and kind of take a look at the wiring inside, just to show how they wired everything up, like the audio video splitter and how they run the control panel harness. Yeah, this side looks great. Oh my god, where is it? There you are. And yeah, so there is a looks like one of the now remotes here. So maybe we have to get inside or under it to find the remote for the other one. But Yeah, so it's all there. I'm not going to mess with this one right now because it's close enough. But that tells me that we need to find that. Let's go. I'm going to go grab the work light real quick so we can get a look inside. Well, we'll come back to that. But let's go into test menu and let's test our inputs, at least the 4 that we have.
Do you want to hold that for a second?
Yeah, you betcha.
See if I can find the work light.
For sure, thank you. And I will do a quick button test here while he's doing that. So, joystick, ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, that, yeah, I see what you mean about that, the one-player joystick there. You got it? Oh, good job, me. But yeah, no, that stick is bleh. Buttons. 1, 2, through 3 is pretty iffy. Yeah, and maybe 4 and 5. Oh, 4 and 5 would be kicked, so yeah, those are hooked up. Well, we're going to be replacing this panel anyway, so definitely that part is just that. But let's see, I think they were saying that, okay, let's see, joystick on this side. Ooh, yeah, that's fine. That is good. Button 1, 2, 3, and of course 4, 5, 6 is not, so. Okay, yeah, actually it seems to be wired up correctly. We just need to get some better buttons and sticks in there, which I've got in that box right there. I've got some buttons. Actually, I'm gonna pull those over now. I'm not sure if I have enough to do like a pink and green, or I don't remember what the original color layout for the Versus is, so we'll look at it, but I am running low on stock, so they might just be all pink. Do I have 6? Yeah. So I might just do all pink on this side. I've got some spare start buttons. I'll just replace everything new. The other box I think has the greens, so I'll look it up. But so yeah, it seems like everything is, the wiring all seems to be fine on it. It's just there's some really shitty buttons, and then that stick is just bleh. So if we replace everything, we'll be good.
So it's the stick and the buttons and not the wire.
Yeah, it's definitely the stick and the buttons, so that's cool. But let's take a look on the inside. Also, because we had, oh, sorry, I got something like stuck in my throat. We got this bundle of stuff, which just looks like extra wiring harnesses, but I don't know what for because everything works. And I wonder if maybe we'll find our kick harness in here. Because there's a bunch of, you know, this might also be, oh, you know, this might be for JVS. Or no, this is an entire new wiring harness, isn't it? Or what is it? Like, there's a bunch of cool shit. I'll just open it up. And I'll drop this in the coin bucket or store it somewhere. But yeah, go ahead, take it while I'm opening this up. Look inside the cab, because like, it's one thing about Versus cabs. This is the 2-player side, and it's just completely empty in there. And then all the guts are on the inside. So there's really probably nothing special. Over on this side over here is probably where this. I'm sure it just, you know, the inside just splits the one JAMA harness, you know, wherever it needs to go, but it also splits the video audio. And since this isn't, you know, an older JAMA cab, it's just straight audio. There's no Versus board to split like RCA audio or VGA or anything like that. But also, the inside of that's quite clean, which is very nice. So let's see what goodies we got here. This stuff is really cool. There's some, I assume these plates probably go somewhere on the cab to block something off if it's not being used or something like that. We've got here some brand new cord clamps. It's pretty cool. We've got some standoffs for PCBs, and I assume, like if you put in a JVS PCB, let's see what it says. They are latch collars or something like that. We've got some extra screws. We've got some harnesses. This is, I think this is, so this is actually a CPS1 kick harness, isn't it? That's what it looks like. So, because we've got that should be a kick. We'll look on the board on the inside. I think there's, if this is like a blast, there's like a sub board that you plug everything into for convenience. So I think we've got a kick harness in there, and whatever this harness is for, I'm not sure, but got some interesting harnesses. And this bracket, which is, don't know what this is for, but it's probably for clamping something together there. So let's take a look at the other one, which looks like it does have some new buttons and sticks in it actually. So I was guessing that it's probably pink and green still, and yeah, it looks like there's some spares in there. Let's see what kind these are. These look, well, actually they don't look used, they just look old. So yeah, these are just regular Sanwa buttons, it looks like. The whatever 30 millimeter snap-ins. We've got some more harnesses, some more extensions. I wonder, I was asking about the kick harness thing, because I wonder if like one of these long cables may actually be to run the kick for player 2 from the player 1 side. So I'm going to take a break once we've all once we've gone over this and see if we want to run this cable, and then, you know, we'll kind of finish up this video with what we find out. So there's a button cap there, and it looks like a serial, a COM port. There's a COM port for something. Maybe, well, I don't know that there's any custom stuff for this display up there, but maybe it's something for that, like, because this looks like it plugs into a Naomi or something like that. If you did JVS, but what I'm not seeing in here is any JVS wiring. I think there was a JVS wiring on the power. There's a power supply for it over there. So anyway, we'll come back to that stuff at the end. Let's go on over to the other side, look in the interior at the wiring on this part. Okay, so we've got the coin bucket here, and we'll open up that in a sec. But we've got the power supply here, and up here is probably where that subboard and stuff is that that you would plug everything into. So I would assume that kick harness goes into somewhere there, and there's something on the other side that might like be directly connected into it. And we'll do a little bit of looking. We may not find anything. We'll just come back. Over here on the power supply, so here we do have the JVS power. I'm pretty sure this doesn't have a JVS I/O in it, but you can probably hook it up pretty easily. Over here, we've got some power out, which I'm not 100% sure if that's the stuff that would be on a Lindbergh, but it's some newer power. I don't remember exactly when the Versus City came out in respect to that hardware. So anyway, that's about it for the internals. We're going to take a break, switch out the panels, get everything looking real nice, and wrap up this video. We'll be right back. Okay, so as far as I can tell, it should be at least green. I only did a very quick check. It should be green for the for one side and pink for the other. Even if it isn't, that's what I'm going to do. I've got some green and pinks left. I got these a long time ago to restore all the cabs that I had in my garage, and now we're going to use these. So anyway, I'm going to get inside here real quick, and I wanted to get under and take a look at these monitors and see if we can't find the remote board, but I also kind of want to just show what is in here. Forgive the camera work as I'm upside down right now, crawling into the cab. Ow! Oop. I'm just going to pull the cab onto me. There we go. And we are inside. So we've got here our monitor and got the light. Can't quite see what they are from here, but they are very monitory. It's a Toshiba. So yeah, we've got, and these should be stock, or at least one of them is. My friend had said, you know, make sure that they're both actually the same one before we try to swap the remotes. But and he's right, I should probably do that. So let's see up here. We've got Toshiba tube here, and can't really, I don't know if I can really see the chassis, but I think maybe doing this with the video may actually help me determine what it is. I'm just gonna take a quick look there, and then I'm gonna switch this around if I can and take a look at this chassis. So actually looking at them, I can't quite tell. I think they are the same. They look to be the same, so we should be okay with that. And I think honestly, if they weren't, I would have a problem with hooking up the remote board anyway. So there's that. You can see, and I'm going to flip this around. It's a little bit easier for me to show the other side. Got the speakers hooked up over here. We've got the control panel harness coming in up here, and I can see, so here's the back of the remote board for this one. It should be just 2 screws. Yeah, there's 2 screws holding that in. I can get that out pretty easily if I have to. On the other side, you can see, ow, turn this around, ow, and you can see where it's supposed to be, it is not there, and I don't see where it is otherwise. So there's a cable like running out there. You see this little one. I would have, if I can point at it, I don't, where are you on the camera? Well, there's a little cable up there, and I can't, it goes to a connector up there, not to an actual remote board. So I get the feeling we're gonna have to do some shenanigans for that, but I think at the end of the day, like, as long as the controls work and the monitor's good, we are safe to bring this out. So anyway, I just wanted to do this little crawl on the inside, and I'll be right back once we've figured out some things with the wiring. All right, so I'm back, and we have finished replacing the panels here. So this is the 1-player side before that didn't work. We've got new sticks and buttons on here. I'm not going to bother with the ball top color yet. I don't have a bunch of spares right now, but like this side's perfectly good now. We also I went and you see this little cable hanging there. That was the old remote board cable, and I swapped it with the remote board from the other side so that I can do this side, and I adjusted the other one. So this one is a little bit brighter now. It's turned all the way up, so I think it probably needs an adjustment on the flyback, and I'm not going to do that right now. It's better enough that we can run it. It's just unfortunate it's a little bit dimmer than the other, but it works, so that's good. We've got over here, let's see, what else did I want to go over? I'm going to have to just get kick harness stuff for this at some point, so I may not run Third Strike right away, but you know, it's otherwise ready. We're switching out the locks. I've got Abe over here switching out the locks on this since we are keeping this, so we're getting our standard locks installed. I don't know if you can really tell from the video, but like this side still is just much better looking. But yeah, so we swapped the remote board from the other side and just used the remote board on the other side to get this one adjusted. Let's look over here. We've got there's 1 or 2 things I wanted to point out. We've got the coin counter here, which has both sides. It's a little hard to read, but the 1-player side has 62,112 plays. The other has 29,975 on the player 2 side. In the coin bucket, we found this stuff. So there is an add-on power connector. This is something I think that would be more like Naomi. But yeah, this was used for like Naomi and whatnot. So there's a connector to plug it into this board here. There is there's 2 things here labeled like Billboard, Megalo 410 Blast. So this is a multi-harness for something, probably, I think it probably for this billboard up here maybe. And there was a spare stereo audio cable here, which is an extra because there's already one hooked up in the cab. So that was that. And looking at this stuff, as far as I can tell, it's just a bunch of extra cables. Like one of them looks like an analog harness. So like I think maybe like the one for Monkey Ball. There's a couple pass-throughs. Like this one's a pass-through to do a couple things. None of it is what I need right now, so I'm just gonna, chuck it back in the cab, and eventually, might find a use for it. So anyway, that's all I really came up with it, and it kind of wraps up what I wanted to cover with this cab. And this is good to go. I'll either figure something out for the kick harness, or I'll run a 3 or 4 button game in here, and I'll decide that over the course of the next week or so before the show. I hope you enjoyed this video. We've got a ton more coming up. We're going to be doing stuff like this Poogie race here that's really cute. We've got these guys over here are working on several other projects. I think the Extreme Versus video will be up before that. We've got Battle Conductor in the works, and Concoli and Fate Grand Order. We're probably going to be recording all that stuff today. So please look forward to it, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. See ya.